Folks, welcome in to a very special edition of We Have the High Ground. And you were probably thinking, that's not just Colin and Boggs. Who is this person on the show with us, Boggs? It's our man, Matt Thomas. What is up, bud?
Not much, guys. Not much. Just happy to be here. Thanks for having me on.
We're getting down. We got to get the little review, coercion going on. We got a little collusion going here between our shows, but we can't forget about Boggs. How's it going, bud?
You can't, sir. The main man of the We Have the High Ground, the Obi-Wan, if you will, of We Have the High Ground.
I'm definitely the Anakin Skywalker.
Exactly. I wish I was good as the impressions as you, though. So I'm working on that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're just here to react and review to the holiday special that was just released as of the 17th of November. Obviously, Matt's a fellow or hardcore Star Wars fan. He's a fellow reactor, so he's going to have some interesting takes as well. So, yeah, should be super fun and talking this whole holiday special, yeah.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. So a brief little thing, Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. They're really good. I just want to say off the top, I was thoroughly entertained. There are some times where the Lego stuff hits the kids more than it hits the adults, but I felt like I was watching an episode of Clone Wars, to be honest. I felt it was it rolled together nicely. It felt like the flow was great. Some stuff that really stuck out to me was the voice cast. I feel like Matt Lanter played about 4 different people, and every single time I was like, that's my guy. Little James Arnold Taylor in there as well, playing all the Obies. And I just had a really great time. Matt, you agreed to come on this little crazy train. So what did you think when you first, finished?
So I'm not gonna lie. I was telling you before this, I'm not really big on a lot of the Lego stuff, whether it's the Lego movies or the Lego Batman movie or just their Cartoon Network TV shows they've done over the years. But I was thoroughly surprised by this show, this episode, whatever you want to call it. And it kind of hit me the same way. I felt like I was watching a Clone Wars episode. The fact that it was Lego didn't distract me from it as much. Whereas there are a few things that I'm like, yeah, only a Lego show would do that, like the mug and I want to say the
hair coming off,
the hair coming off. So it was like, all right, I'll look past it. But I had a good time. I want to say the woman who voiced Rey was just phenomenal because it was like, is that Daisy Ridley?
I'm like, especially at the start. Yeah.
I'm like, it's a little too British to be Daisy Ridley, and then I went like, well, whoever she is, she just sounded nearly pitch perfect compared to the guy who did Finn. I was just like, oof.
Her name is Helen Sadler.
Yeah, Helen Sadler.
She also voiced Jyn Erso in Battlefront, and was also a voice. If you've played Squadrons, she voices Havina Von Reg.
I gotta get that still.
And I do too. Just waiting for the right, just the right sale. She's also done Jyn as well in Forces of Destiny, so she is, right up in the family.
That's good.
Yeah, that's Boggs. I mean, I was entertained, and I know that there were parts of this where you were like, well, let's see how they figure this out, and let's see how they put this back together. Was your brain hurting at any point trying to figure out how all this was possible, or did you just let go and have a good time?
So no, I was geeking out because, unlike you guys, I am a fan of the Lego stuff that they do. So I do keep up with a lot of it, since playing the video, the Lego games along with the prequels when they were coming out, obviously grew up on that. But since then, I do watch all the series that come out. Before, obviously now they're all on Disney Plus, so they're all accessible. But before they were on the Disney channels, and they were, they're 20-minute episodes. If I remember correctly, the Droid Tales they used to do. So they used to do like the whole saga from obviously 3PO and R2's perspective. They do the Yoda Chronicles, which is from basically the first 2 trilogies from Yoda's perspective. And they've done the Freemaker Adventures, which is super fun. I definitely recommend that to anyone. So there's these 3 mechanics or engineers that all kind of, I think they were a younger brother and 2, a brother and sister, older brother and sister, and the younger one's Force sensitive. So he has kind of dealings with Ezra, with Luke, It's all obviously not canon, of course, but it's super fun. And there's there's other characters that come in. It's super interesting. Like the things it's like doing like your own. It's like fan fiction stuff, but just in a Lego format. And they go to different planets and they meet different characters and all kinds of stuff. So it's definitely fun. So I was looking forward to this. Yeah, I thought it was great, man. I was geeking out some of it. Definitely thought the Ray character. There's loads of times I thought that Daisy Ridley surely, like, yeah, because especially at the start, like the first 10-15 minutes, it sounded really like her. But yeah, overall, like the story. I was hoping that it was the World Between Worlds. I mean, it could have easily been the way they've kind of described it and the way it physically looked, the portals and stuff. So, but yeah, it was a great kind of lore mythology that they built around it. Yeah, it was super fun. Yeah, and it could have
Kyber crystals all stuck together was what it looked
I was
like.
gonna say, do we know that it isn't technically, because all that mechanism was referred to was the key? Could that be the key to the world between?
It looks like it, yeah.
Cool. Head canon until somebody tells me.
Because realistically, it's like you said, it's just kyber crystals bunched up together, wrapped around. Why wouldn't it be? So.
Yeah,
and the way like the blue door kind of looks,
exactly.
Like, you walk in and out of a scene exactly like the World Between Worlds did. So, yeah, it pretty much was.
It did look like a sling ring too, though.
Yeah,
she did have to go like this. And I was like, Doctor Strange, get the sling ring going a little bit.
Yeah.
Another thing I was also happy with, Kelly Marie Tran reprised her role as Rose Tico. Billy D was there as well. Anthony Daniels, and one of I think my favorite was Tom Kane as Yoda is just one of the revelations of
Bradley D. Baker as the clones as well.
Oh yeah,
they were only in it for a scene or two.
D. Bradley Baker.
Yeah.
So many different. He does, and Max Rebo.
Yes, Max
Rebo showed up, and that was such a good joke. He's like, "And who likes Max Rebo and the Seven?" He's like, "Where are the where are they?" Oh, my condolences. I assume they all died on Jabba's barge.
Yep. I will say one thing that did bug me though is they have Jaina with Lando, and she never says a single thing the entire episode.
Yeah.
She kind of just like walks in for one scene, and we don't really see her again.
Yeah, but I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Christmas special, the original Christmas special.
Yes,
years ago.
It's been.
But I did love the tying in Chewbacca's family. So come celebrate Life Day, and that was I was like, all right, you good. Your homage to what this was.
So do you guys have any favorite scenes or characters?
I really enjoyed Kylo grabbing him out of the
grandpa.
That was really great. And he's like singing and posing, like with the singing.
And then Hux walks in and he's like, pectorals, ab.
I'm okay with pushing my grandfather. No, I'm okay with pushing my uncle into the.
Not my grandfather.
Yeah, I can get past throwing him over. I'm fine with throwing Luke over, but
exactly.
Grandpa, nah.
And I did get.
But he had no issue throwing him under the bus, though.
True. Threw him right under the bus. It's just so weird. Palpatine. What were you saying, Box?
Just two things actually. That actual scene, in the kind of Emperor's throne room, Return of the Jedi, when you have young Luke there. And Return of the Jedi Luke there, and Kylo Ren and Darth Vader. It was a bit trippy. Like, oh man, this is cool. Like, yeah, you're kind of like in your own head, kind of like things that you thought that would never happen. To see it there, and obviously the voices are great, and they're all kind of fighting each other. So I do love all that. And I actually did get. I wouldn't say I got teary eyed, but there was one scene where I just thought this is legit sick. When the trench run scene, when she appears kind of with Luke, and she's like, oh, Master Luke, and obviously Obi-Wan's telling him to use the Force. And they're doing it, and then Han Solo comes and saves him, and he's like, "I'll have you now." And then obviously he comes and saves him. I was like, "Yo, this is sick." So yeah, I did thoroughly enjoy that. I was like, "Oh, it's like full respect," and you can tell how much the creators love this stuff, and scene for scene, shot for shot, and they do their own humor. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was also definitely vibing with when the music kicks in. For Rey, when the Kybers are swirling around her and they kick in, like when they sit on that high theme, when it's just like taking up I think it's taking up like a fifth, when and it's just like Oh yeah, that's my Star Wars right there. Because there's some moments from like the Rise of Skywalker trailer and music that they just like don't use in the movie. There's like cues that they
Yeah.
don't use.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could tell Kevin Kiner's like, bet, watch this. What? Like, oh man, he crushes it. He's so underappreciated. They could just let him do every movie, and he would do it, and he would do just as good a job
See,
as
I'm not gonna lie. I actually wasn't sold on him doing a film up until season 7. Those last 4 episodes of season 7 of Clone Wars, just I'm like, all right, no,
Rebels.
I'm right on board.
He got me in Rebels.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Rebels is when I
wasn't sure until Rebels.
So
basically.
here, Rebels is when I warmed up to the idea because when I was younger, I didn't like the Clone Wars. Actually, I was a huge fan of the original 03 and 05. Actually, have them on DVD still. So I was steadfast. I'm not watching this after I saw the movie. This is eh. And then it took, I want to say, until about 4 years ago. My buddy's like, it's on Netflix. Watch it. Trust me. You're older now. I'm like, fine. And then I got hooked. But it was when Rebels started that got me on that. So
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he's just got this sense of the moment. And I think that's very important in Star Wars. You have to know what the moment calls for. And it seems like you tell him the plot and he has it in his head. He has the playlist of what it should sound like. He has the theme. He has the whole tone of the environment. Everything in this was just so happy. There was nothing that I was like anytime you felt that Rey was, not going to make it, you're like, but wait, Darth Vader's about to do the thing he's going to do. Something's going to happen there. It's like, what's coming, but you don't know how it's going to happen. That's just fun. 47 minutes of pure, enjoyable fun. I'd probably say seeing half of Darth Maul crawl across the sands of Tatooine. Oh man, that turned 2020 around for me. That's I was just like, yep, we got a shot, folks. We got a shot to turn this thing around.
Well, I will say one complaint I have seen online that I don't agree with was people complaining about the lack of Rogue One and Clone Wars and Solo being represented. Into that, I say, well, this is connected to the Skywalker saga. They focused on the parts of the Skywalker saga.
Yeah, but they put in the child.
Yeah,
but
what's popular right now? What's popular right now?
I'm just being a troll.
I don't know. But I understand where they're coming from, but I don't agree.
But how cool was that?
Right.
I mean, they popped out and they're all just hanging in the air.
Oh, so cute. Even Vader was like,
oh.
But yeah, I definitely agree, Colin, that the best thing about this whole thing was the music. Like, I told you, like, since I think Disney's takeover, my favorite thing in all of Star Wars is Kevin Kiner's score. Like, it's that good. Like, the way he uses his own, basically, scoring.
Kevin Kiner, come on the show.
The original theme music, like, it just gets me, especially in Rebels. Like the last season of Rebels, that was the best kind of scoring I've seen in since obviously John Williams and stuff. Go ahead.
See, for me, if they just want to keep it at a rotating door of 3 composers for Star Wars, and that would be John Powell, who did the solo score, and I think that is criminally underrated.
That's good.
Kevin Kiner and Ludwig. If they just keep that 3 and leave it there since Williams is done now, I'll be forever happy.
But I didn't, when I first saw Rogue One, I didn't like the score, but it is growing on me the more I watch it now. Yeah, because I do love everything else like Giacchino does. So it is warming to me.
The only thing I like from Rogue One is like that last song, "Your Father Would Be Proud." Other than that, it just feels like any other sci-fi movie score.
It's so bad.
I thought that.
Right, but watch me redo it with music that already exists in Star Wars, and it's so much better.
You gotta remember, he only had like a month to do it comparatively.
So, okay. So yeah, why don't you just use the shit that's already there? Don't try to make up some shit that you think sounds like Star Wars.
Yeah,
because it didn't. The second every single one of those ships popped up, it could have been fucking dun, 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 but it was some other thing, and you're like, what is this? It's like I went in and I ordered a Dr. Pepper, and they were like, no, we have Dr. Thunder from Walmart.
Yeah,
You
maybe.
could say John Powell did the same thing, but his actually sounded like Star
Okay.
Wars. So
That's my point. It sounded like Star Wars.
But-
Rogue One didn't sound like Star Wars. Like you said, it sounded like a sci-fi movie
Yeah.
that you had a month to put the sound design together for, and you didn't. It's like Lucasfilm like didn't send him the freaking SoundCloud or the Dropbox link of all the old sound files and stuff, and he was like, "Oh, I guess I'll just make it all up on my own." No, that's what Ludwig does. You don't get to do that.
you know, it's funny. Speaking of the Rogue One score, I had a few people who are big Star Wars fans, and a few people in festivals tell us that our fan film score sounded more like a Star Wars film than Rogue One score.
How about that? Shocker.
No, I agree. I mean, I thought this, like I said, the first time I watched it, that was the most disappointing thing by far of that movie. But
It just
I don't know.
it jars
now
you.
it does. But now I'm learning to appreciate the score. I don't know why. It does a complete sci-fi movie. You're right, but I'm just learning to like it. I don't know.
I mean, also, I'm not gonna lie. I'm an avid hater of Rogue One, other than the last 30 minutes. So
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, the last 30
It's the
minutes
best
are
part, yeah.
freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the last 30 minutes feels like Star Wars, and I cared about more of those people that I didn't get to know than all the characters I spent the entire movie with that I did.
Well, that's so that slight transition. Then you're probably not too excited for the Cassian show.
No,
then.
I am
Okay,
excited
but that
about
was what you liked because
Yeah.
they were my two favorite
So-
parts of the film.
For me, it was Chirrut, K2SO, and Cassian were my three favorite parts of the film, or character wise, the ones that I gravitated to. But like, I still didn't. It didn't hit me when Cassian died. It hit me more when K2 and Chirrut died.
Right. Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'd prefer to see a Chirrut and Baze show, but that's just me.
Well, yeah. So we didn't get any of them in this Lego special, but yeah, we got a bunch of other awesome stuff. Like,
Yes.
well, let's talk about one thing, and I think this will be the last thing. We'll start to wrap it up. She's training Finn to
I
be a
know.
Jedi.
I'm hype. And this is why I wish we just get a continuation in a series, but they fucked everything over. Oh, sorry. Can I curse in
Oh,
this?
yeah.
I forgot to ask.
You're fine.
Okay. Yeah, they
Yeah.
they screwed up their relationships with half the cast, and
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I did. I wasn't really a big fan of the Poe character in this. He just seemed to be crying a lot,
really?
and like
Yeah.
and moaning. I didn't really, because Finn was like trained to be a Jedi, and obviously Rey was on this kind of learning to be a better kind of master mission, and Poe was just trying to set up the holiday kind of thing and just crying a lot. So and trying to
Kind
get
of things didn't
Chewie's
go right.
family. Yeah, I mean it's fine, but I mean compared to the others who were like in a kind of full, I don't know. I just thought it took me out a little
I
bit.
understand that because it's not the Poe we're used to. Like at
Exactly.
least Finn still felt like the Finn we're used to. He's trying to continue to build himself up. Rey felt like the Rey that we're
Well,
used to.
BB-8 did.
Yeah, BB-8 felt like BB-8, and
Yeah,
then you
definitely.
had Poe, who's just felt like the mom who's getting ready for the holiday and nothing's
Yeah.
going wrong
I don't know
or
why.
nothing's
Yeah.
going right.
Definitely. But yeah, just seeing kind of the different Obi-Wan. I do love all them kind of inside jokes that they have seen, like the three Obi-Wans, the different, like the dark side, like dark side Anakin against the good side Anakin when they're kind of coming together on Tatooine, and just different Vaders and stuff like that. Yeah, I do.
The episode 1 part, trade routes are so boring.
Yeah.
Oh, the pod racing part,
yeah,
the
before that
audio
when-
that they dubbed in. They dubbed in the real audio from
yeah.
the call.
Yeah.
They've done that a
Yeah,
few
it's,
times. Like, I think they dubbed in Han Solo for that trench run scene.
No, it
Um,
was
That was an actor.
this dude,
Oh, okay.
AJ Locascio.
Okay.
He
thought it
did.
sounded like-
He's Han in the Forces of Destiny, and he's also in Voltron.
Okay, cool.
I like that show.
Matthew Wood is Dio. That was, you always gotta love when Matthew Wood does anything involved in Star Wars. Just like
He
Tom-
did Dio and Kylo Ren.
he did.
Yeah, because he does Kylo in Resistance.
I think he did Kylo in Battlefront 2, if I remember
Probably.
correctly.
Probably. Man, that's what most of these people sounded like. They were more. A lot of these people do video game stuff too. But yeah, I was more like, wait, he's training. Can we wait? I just need a show. Just tell me what happens. So, what if we get an update every year? Does Lego make a new one every year, and that's the only updates we're gonna get on these characters?
No, I mean, if you check out the other series, I mean, you get kind of a lot of these updates. You see Luke after Return of the Jedi in the TV series. You know, they're like 2 seasons worth, 12 episodes worth. Obviously, it's not canon, but they are so respectful of the lore. So I do, you know, if you want to see more Lego, I do recommend, particularly the Freemaker Adventures,
Oh
because
no,
that's
no,
kind
no,
of
no,
falls
no.
No,
I
right.
think
he's
you
talking about
misheard me. I
he's
think you
talking about the
misheard me.
continued
Yeah.
with
I
the
get you on the Lego stuff.
I know John Boyega did an interview recently, and he said if they did animation, he'd be more than happy to come back to that. And because he's like, I wouldn't have to be on set. I can do it from home. I can record my lines and just be done with it and do it that way.
If only they had good people to do animation.
If only. I mean, if that's the route that they go, I'll be happy. Finn is still to this day one of my favorite characters. I got my cosplay for him hanging up in my closet over there. And
From which movie?
I primarily do The Force Awakens. I do have I've made one for The Last Jedi, but I don't like wearing it. Force Awakens, it's nice and comfy because it's just a black shirt, black pants, my combat boots, and the jacket, and I carry around this lightsaber. So,
It's fair. It's fair. Well, any final thoughts, Boggs, on this?
No, just I definitely recommend it. You know, it's worth a watch. It was super fun. 45 minutes. It's the same length of the Mandalorian episode, so great for kids. Loads of tie-ins. Definitely worth a watch.
Longer than a Mandalorian episode for the most part.
Well, most
I
of
was
it.
gonna
Yeah.
say longer. One last thing. Yoda closing the book like the snowman and Rudolph the
know.
Red-Nosed Reindeer. That was when I got a little misty. I was like, oh, I know what they're referencing here. It's 2:00 in the afternoon, and I'm watching this, and I'm crying. Yeah, that was it's so spot on, so spot on. Matt, any closing thoughts, sir?
No, it's as someone who just loves Star Wars since I saw it in theaters at the age of 2. Anytime I get Star Wars, I'm really happy about it. And I mean, you gotta love seeing the continuation of things in any form you can get it. So,
Well, folks, if you can't tell, we love Star Wars, but what you must always know is that we have the high ground. So that's going to do it for our very special holiday special review. Of course, gotta say, Matt, where can the folks find you on the internet?
you can find me on the Who Are They Real Entertainment YouTube channel. Real spelled REEL, as in like a film reel. Me personally on Twitter, Watt Movies Matt, or Watt Real Ent on Twitter. And yeah,
That's a Watt.
It's a lot of watts. Yeah.
Watt spelled WAT.
Boggs. They
Yes, sir.
I'm sure they know where to find you, but you can tell them anyways.
Yeah, well, just catch me on here really on the Pop Culture Universe Network. We're dropping the next. We have the High Ground episode on Friday, the Mandalorian review, and then we'll drop the next Pop Talk episode on Sunday. And then yeah, catch us on the Ultimate Shmurda show every Friday nights live.
Yeah, and this week we will be having the Inner Geekdom champion Chandru joining us. It's gonna be fantastic. And also on Sunday in that Pop Talk episode, we're going to be reviewing the front half of the Mandalorian season and giving our thoughts on where we see the season going from here. So be sure to check that out. That's all here on the PCU. Of course, you can find me at _C Morris wherever Colin Morrises are sold on the internet. And that'll do it, folks. So we will see you next time.